How to launch a packaged food product. I'm going to give you 20 specific steps. And in this video, I'm going to give you the first 5, and we're going to get into it right now. All right, it's Damien, and this is Marketing Food Online. And if this is your first video on Marketing Food Online, welcome to our channel. Make sure you hit the subscriber button and the bell notification. We teach everything about food entrepreneurship, from getting a food product into retail stores to starting that restaurant or that cafe or bakery, and even getting your food truck up and running. So I'm going to give you 5 steps, 5 of the 20, yes, 20 different steps that I'm going to give you over the next 4 videos. Each of the videos will have 5 specific steps. I don't want to oversaturate you with a lot of information right off the bat, so I'm going to break it up into 5 different steps. Grab a pen, grab a paper, make sure you take some notes, and this will help you understand the numerous factors that come into play when you want to get a food product into the marketplace. So let's start off with the most basic. Number 1, if you are going to produce obviously a food product and you're going to become a business, you need to select a company name. You need to come up with something that's very catchy, but don't make it very long, because this day and age, with every type of business, there is some type of website or internet presence, and you want to keep that as short and sweet as possible. What's really the most valuable way to have a website name, and domain name as it's called, is to have it very short. The shorter, the better, believe it or not. And if that can convey your company's name, fantastic. So as an example, if it was Cindy's Cookies, if you're able to get cindyscookies.com and create a company called Cindy's Cookies, that is going to be a very short and sweet and easy to remember name. Keep that in mind as well. When you build a brand and you're introducing a product, no matter what it is, if it's food or if it's anything in general, any type of physical product that you're selling, and you want to build a brand around that, you want to make it super simple to remember and make it easy for people to find you online with that type of domain. So selecting your company name, sit down and kind of brainstorm, come up with some ideas, and figure out what is really catchy and what really conveys the type of product and brand that you are starting. Now, number 2, and this may be kind of like an obvious thing, but a lot of the clients I've actually done consulting with are kind of confused, or maybe they're kind of in a situation where they're not sure of what are you going to make. Okay. Now, don't ever limit yourself when you are creating a line of products. If you have an idea for, let's say, a line of seasoned nuts, and you've got 5 or 6 or 7 different flavors, you can always start with maybe 1 or 2, but keep in the background, in the back of your mind, don't ever stop yourself from trying to incorporate other flavors or even branching out to other products. But when you're starting, try to stick to really one specific product that may have, let's say, just a couple of flavor variations or maybe different size packaging. But basically starting with the most simple individual, one item at a time, is going to make it a lot easier for you to understand the market, and it's going to make it easier and cost less for you to do that by having just one product as opposed to trying to introduce a full line right off the bat. Now, there's a lot of you who are listening to this specific episode and are going to probably be making products from home. So the cottage food laws also kind of limit you as to what you can really make. So keep that in mind. Many, if not all, food businesses have really started at home, where you could perfect recipes, your packaging, and kind of work on your business before you get into a commercial setting. So coming up with a specific product is sometimes the most challenging part of starting a business, because you have so many really great ideas, but you're not sure which one to go with, or if you should do 2 or 3. Stick to one product, and then keep kind of like a little idea book around. And if you've got ideas for different types of variations of your product, write it down. Nobody says you can't begin down the road to elaborate on your product and create a line of products with just simple variations of flavors. So what are you going to make? That is step 2. Number 3. Okay. So number 3 is going to be designing a logo. Okay. You want to get yourself a logo created. Now, if you don't particularly obviously know how to create something like that, you're not a graphic designer or a logo creator, which is fine, you can get this done. And I actually had this done numerous times, several items that we have. I created a logo through Fiverr.com, and I'll actually have a link down in the description section. If you click on the description section below the video, There's a link to Fiverr. I had several graphic designers create some really cool logos for us for some different food and snack products. And it costs literally around 25, 30, maybe $40 without having to spend a fortune on a logo from someone that's going to charge you $400 or $500. You can get one made super easy, very simple. You answer a few questions, they'll create the logo for you, and you're up and running. Now, number 4, you want to make sure you check the laws, permits, and all that insurance and all of the business aspects to your business. Okay. Now, some places are going to have business licenses that you need to have. If you create an LLC or create a corporation, you need to have a business license for where you are. This is going to be something that's really a factor of where you're going to start. If you're doing this from home, you need to make sure that you're following those cottage food laws to the T, making sure that permits are purchased, make sure that the health laws are followed if they have to have an inspection. Those are things you need to do and kind of research on your own, because creating that home food business is actually much different than it is going into a commercial type of business or commercial setting. Totally different set of laws, different licenses, and a whole gamut of information that's totally separate. So checking out also your product liability insurance, making sure you got a basic coverage insurance, actually similar to what like we have here as well for our commercial facility. You also want to make sure that you have a license if it's needed, or a food producer's license if your state requires it. Some health departments have additional licenses and permits aside from the business insurance and a business license itself. They'll have to have a permit in order for you to operate. So make sure you're followed up with all of the health laws and permits and the zoning and the insurance within your home, if that's where you're going to start. All right, number 5. If you are not going to be selling online immediately, you still need to have this. Social media plays a huge role in getting product awareness, getting brand recognition, and getting people to even know about who you are and what you're selling. So on the social media aspects, you need to have a profile specifically dedicated to your business. You need to have that on all of the platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. Pinterest is a mind-blowing, by the way. It's amazing what Pinterest can do for your business. All of these different social media platforms need to have you on there with your product, okay? Because eventually, when you get an opportunity to sell online or start an online business, that social media presence is already established, and you can tap your website into that existing social media that you've got, okay? So once you then, at that point, create a website, if you do it yourself, or maybe go to Fiverr and have someone make one for you, you can have a website that you can immediately tag into your social media presence that you've already established, okay? It's going to be a huge plus for you. So with those 5 beginning aspects of a food product or food business, try those, check out, do a little research on all 5 of those of what I just mentioned. And on the next video, I'm going to give you 5 more steps. Very simple, very easy, very actionable. You can take action upon these very easily and look into them and get the ball rolling, okay? So take those 5. Number 1, as I mentioned before, select your name. You want to get the name of your company. Decide what it is that you're going to make. Create a logo. Get someone to make a logo for you. If you don't do it, that's fine. Have someone make one for you. You don't have to create one yourself. Get a website, get some social media, and also figure out what you need specifically for insurance and permits and laws that are in your area in regards to starting from home. And then I will see you on the next video. We're going to have number 6 through 10, and we're going to give you those 20 actionable, super simple steps to get your food business up and running. And I'll see you on the next video.